Hey guys, what's up? It's Voodoo51292 and welcome to my channel update for the week of Monday, March 19th through Sunday, March 25th of 2012. Lots of information, surprisingly, to talk about. You may not think that there is a lot of information since nothing's been going on my channel, but there is a lot of information I'd like to share with you. So, basically, to talk about last week, I only did one thing last week, period, and that was my game review of Mass Effect that I put up, I don't remember if it was on Tuesday or Wednesday, but I put up a game review of Mass Effect. That is all I did. Now, I had talked about the fact that I wanted, got tongue-tied there, that I wanted to play Silent Hill Downpour last week, but here's what happened with Silent Hill, okay? Usually, Gamefly sends their games out on Mondays, the day before the actual release day, which is usually a Tuesday. And then I usually get the game on Wednesday and start playing from there. Well, let me turn the brightness. Always have to mess with the brightness on this. Alright, so usually that's what happens. Excuse me. Stuff in my throat. Now it's like blinding. I'll just put it back on auto, and I don't have my glasses on, so it's tough to tell what it looks like. But anyway, regardless of that, they didn't send the game out actually until Tuesday, until the actual release day of the game last week, and therefore I was expecting to get the game on Thursday, because usually it takes 2 days from when Gamefly sends the game until when I actually receive the game. So I was planning on getting the game Thursday and possibly starting it then. Unfortunately, I didn't get the game until Friday. The game did not come in on Thursday. And I hadn't done any gameplay on my channel earlier in that week because I figured that I would have Silent Hill coming up, so there wasn't a real big need to force anything on the channel when I had Silent Hill coming up, but I had no way of knowing that the game wasn't going to get to me until Friday. And when it got to me Friday, this past weekend, I didn't have any time to play the game. Again, it was another busy weekend. Like I said, I'm finding my weekends very busy now between, trying to spend time with my family and getting some work done here and there. Plus, right now is the NCAA men's basketball tournament, of which I'm watching and a fan. They've got games going on all day. I'm a big Kansas Jayhawk fan. I've talked about that in the past, so I've been keeping up with that. And over this past weekend, I just didn't have an opportunity to play the game. So really, even though I was supposed to play Silent Hill last week, I didn't even get the game until the weekend, and at that point, I didn't even have time to play the game. So, also, I'm not a huge fan of filming at my house anymore with that HD monitor because I'm finding it very difficult to center the camera on that screen, and the sound on that screen is balls. So, it's not even my preference to do filming there anymore if I can help it, but I just didn't have the time, period, this weekend. So unfortunately, another week without gameplay, sort of out of my control, because like I said, I was originally expecting the game on Wednesday, then I found out it shipped on Tuesday, so I was expecting it Thursday, and then didn't wind up getting the game until Friday, and then I didn't have any time to play it. And then this week coming up is another tremendously busy week, so I don't even have time to play. I have the game with me, but I don't have time to play it. So, let's go ahead and talk about this week, because I know people probably are like, what is going on right now? There's no gaming footage coming up. There hasn't been in forever. What's going on with this channel? Is he giving up or whatever? And the answer is no, okay? Far from it. It's been one of those times right now. It's one of those moments in the year where, as I've said in the past couple videos I've made talking about why my channel's been so slow, that I'm just very busy right now. I'm a very busy college student right now with my time stretched very thin across a lot of different things. And there really just hasn't been a game so far that's jumped out and grabbed me and it's like, man, I gotta play this game. A couple of games I've already played this year have left a really bad taste in my mouth, and I'm starting to lose interest in doing this, game a week kind of deal. And there just hasn't been any great games that have jumped out and snagged me to do gameplay for. So I just, I haven't had the time and I haven't had the driving urge to pump out footage whenever I get a free minute. But I'm going to explain more about this. I'm going to talk about what my plans are for the future in the coming weeks in a minute to let you know that no, I have not abandoned the channel. I haven't left it to die in a ditch. I haven't done any of that stuff, even though it may seem like it, okay? So let me explain what's going on. This week coming up, today is actually the release day of Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Now, my plan is, and still is, to do 4-player co-op. We've kind of finally figured out what the co-op is of the game because it hasn't really been clear what co-op element was in the game, but apparently there is a co-op campaign. And what I'm unclear about is whether or not that's the same campaign as the single-player campaign or if it's a completely separate campaign. I'm not clear on that, but I do know that there is a co-op campaign. And from what I'm to understand, it's between 4 and 5 hours long, which is not bad at all. And my plan is this week to do that 4-player co-op with myself, obviously, Travis from TGP Gaming, Brandon, and also Chris, the area lord. We planned on doing a 4-player co-op of that game this week. Now, as I've said, this week so far has been another tremendously busy one where I've had 2 tests this week. I had 1 test today, and I have another big test on Thursday. So Monday through Wednesday for me is going to be all studying, and so I have to get in touch with them about the timing. But what I'd like to do is play a ton of the game on Thursday, and if it's 4 to 5 hours long, then we can sit down and play, a really good amount of that game on Thursday night. I'm not saying necessarily beat it, but maybe get pretty close. And I can pretty much do the game Thursday. Saturday I should be open to do the game. So I need to get in touch with those guys, work out a time. But as of now, we're going to do 4-player co-op for Raccoon City if the timing and everything works out. If for whatever reason, because of my schedule, because of how busy it's been and how unpredictable it's been recently, if it gets to the point where I'm going to be a burden on the other players to where they're open a bunch of times and because I'm busy I can't play with them, then I may respectfully bow out and say, listen, you guys go ahead and play. I don't want to hold you back because of my schedule. But I'm hoping that's not the case. Right now it looks like Thursday's open for me, so I need to get in touch with all of them. We all need to communicate and see if we can get together on Thursday, maybe Saturday, and at least knock the campaign out. I know that there's multiplayer, but at least for me, the big thing is to get the co-op campaign out of the way. I mean, I need to get something up on this channel, and that'll be a first. I've never done, obviously, a 4-player co-op playthrough before, so I think that that's coming later this week. I just need to work out the times. And then, this is a week for Voodoo's Brew. Now, I'm not entirely sure if we're going to have an episode this week. The only reason I say that is because we really don't, Brandon and I don't have anything to talk about right now. Unless, I need to talk to him about this too. Unless he has a bunch of topics that he has in mind to talk about, I don't really have anything to talk about because nothing's really been going on. Neither one of us has been playing anything on the channel. Now maybe if, we play through Operation Raccoon City 4-player co-op by the end of the weekend, then maybe that's something that we could go on and kind of have a special co-op episode talking about the game. Maybe we'll have a couple of those guys on as guests or something like that. Maybe we can come up with something. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to have an episode this week because the show's doing really well, and it seems like each of those episodes gets usually over 100 views, which is cool. So I'd like to have one, but if we're not going to force it. Basically, if we can't figure out anything to talk about, there's no point in forcing the episode and just rambling on and on. So, that was lame. I hate when that happens. But so we'll see. Basically, this week is a bunch. I can't confirm anything for you this week because it's all kind of in the balance right now, which is why it's very, very important. if you haven't already, to go over, follow me on Twitter. Lame again. At Voodoo51292. Please, I urge you, if you're not following me or you don't check the page, to do it, because that's where I post up all these updates when I finalize plans and all that kind of stuff, and I'll be doing that this week as we talk about it. I'll post up on Twitter when we're playing Operation Raccoon City, if we're gonna have a Voodoo's Brew, if we do, when it will be, that kind of stuff. So go over there and check it out. So that's this week. Plans need to be finalized and all that. Right now I'm so overwhelmed with the studying and all I have to do that I haven't even really thought about it, to be honest with you. Let me check my time. 10 minutes already. But that's this week. So let's kind of talk about the future, what's going on with the channel, alright? And I'm excited about it, because after Operation Raccoon City, this is that break that I've been talking about, where there's no new releases coming out that I have any interest in playing at all until April the 24th. So it's basically an open month, 4 weeks or something like that, of no new releases. And I have a lot of things in mind to do during that break that I think is going to be like a revitalization, so to speak, of the channel, assuming, I mean, I'm sure I'm going to have 1 week, maybe more, during that time period, like this week, where I'm just completely swamped and can't do anything. And I doubt I'll be able to do all of my ideas in this one period, but there are a lot of things I can pick from. So, first thing that I've been talking about and hyping is a co-op playthrough of Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary Edition with my friend Chris. The first time that I'll be doing gameplay with him. I'm very excited about it. I haven't really done many local co-op playthroughs. I think the only one that I've done was the Portal 2 co-op campaign with my friend Tyler. So I'm excited to do that playthrough. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't ever played Halo, so I think I'm going to enjoy that. Silent Hill Downpour could be a game that I played during this break, because from what I've heard, it's actually a good game. And, you know, at least a decent game. And if that's the case, then it's probably worth checking out and not just throwing on the side. So maybe I'll do Silent Hill during that time period as well. Also, I have at least 2 games. Somebody's calling me. What is going on? Huh. Sister's calling me. Anyway. I'll call her back. Shh. Shh. Phone. Shh. Shh. Sorry about that. But, I'm excited about that. And I have a couple of surprise games that I want to do playthroughs of for you guys. During that time period. I already know what they are, and it's going to be a lot of footage during that break, I think, that everybody's going to enjoy. It's games that I want to play. It's a variety of stuff, a co-op playthrough, you know, a new game that I haven't played in a while. I haven't played a new release in a while, and some older games. I'll give hints, older games, surprise playthroughs that I want to do that I really, one of them that I've already played and really enjoy, and another one that I haven't played, but it's still an older game. So I have a lot of plans, okay, for the stuff after this week coming up, starting next week. And actually, from April the 6th, which is a Friday, through the next week after that, I'm completely off of school for spring break. So I'll have an entire week off, a little over a week. I think it's like 10 days off of school that I can relax, and I'm sure I'll probably do a good amount of gameplay there, even though I have to do it at my house with the monitor. But it is what it is. It's free time that I don't really normally have. So that's coming up in the next break. I'm really excited about those 4 weeks. And then after that, once May starts, the new releases that come out after there are releases that I really am interested in playing, like Prototype 2, like Starhawk, like Max Payne 3, and so forth through the end of the year. Really, all the games I have on my list, I'm really excited to play. So it is coming, alright? I promise. Stuff is coming to the channel. It's just been a bad, slow month here in March, but it's going to pick back up, alright? I promise. And last thing I want to touch on is, if you listened to the previous episode of Voodoo's Brew, episode 5, I mentioned that I am, or was trying to get my main birthday present early this year. If you don't know, my birthday is in May. I'm trying to get, God, I'm getting like bombarded with messages here. This is ridiculous. I want to make sure it's not like an emergency or something. Okay, no. They're all this stuff is from all kinds of different people, all these messages. But anyway, I talked about in the previous episode of Voodoo's Brew that I was trying to get this present early. There was a good reason, and once I got it, I was going to explain it. And I also talked about the fact that depending, and I had to get the present, work with it a little bit, I could actually potentially be spawning a brand new YouTube channel here that has nothing to do with gaming. Nothing to do with gaming at all. But it will be a completely new channel, and I think that if I'm able to do the channel, I'll actually kind of be a pioneer in this area on YouTube, because I've looked and I don't see a channel on YouTube that does this the way that I'm going to be doing it. So that's going to be really neat if I can actually kind of pioneer a new way of doing this particular thing on YouTube. And so if you listen to that episode, you're in the know. I have ordered the present, okay? It's on its way, it's been shipped. Now, the projected arrival date for this is, get this, Monday of next week, which is great because that's just in time for me to come back up here to school. It's going to my house, and that means that it comes in Monday, but I can't get it till the weekend after. Now, maybe there'll be a surprise, a birthday miracle, and it'll come in a day early, on Friday of this week, and I'll have it for the weekend, and I can potentially do it. But bottom line is, either this weekend, which is unlikely, I would say next weekend, 2 weeks from now, I will be unveiling the present, and I will be talking about it, I will be testing it out, and I will be seeing if I can get this new channel going, which I really hope I can, but I will not know that until I get hands-on with this present. So it is on the way, and as soon as it comes in, like I said, or as soon as I'm able to get it, I will be showing it off. I think everyone's going to really think it's awesome. I think everybody's going to enjoy it, and we'll see if I can spawn this new channel. But more on that coming as the present arrives, alright? So it could get here by this weekend, but I doubt it. So stuff is coming, I promise. The channel's not dead, it's not over. Stuff is coming. It's just been a slow, bad month in March for the channel, but good fun stuff is on the way. Potentially a brand new channel on the way, so stay posted, stay tuned, and please, this week, it's more important I think now than ever to go over and follow me on my Twitter page, because that's where I post up information about, I post all my updates. I'll be posting up this week about our decisions regarding Operation Raccoon City, about Voodoo's Brew, about potentially if the present comes in this week, I'll be tweeting that up and making a video on it. So please follow me over there at Voodoo51292 on Twitter to get all of the updated information. That way I don't have to keep making videos every time a decision is made. And just stick with it. I know it's been slow. Stick with the channel. It's going to pick up, and these next few weeks, hopefully starting this week with Operation Raccoon City, is going to be a ton of fun. I've got all kinds of fun footage planned, and the rest of the new releases this year actually are games that grab my attention and make me want to play them. So the channel should hopefully get back to kind of normal, in the later months as we transition into May and into the summer when I don't have school anymore and I have a lot more free time. So thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for hanging in there and sticking in there with me. And I will be tweeting up later this week about the plans and what's going to happen with the channel. So thanks guys. I'll see you hopefully later this week. And yeah, thanks.